Hello and welcome back. Got my recording software set back up for this game at least. Still gonna have to set up a few more if I want to record them again, and this confuses me. Military rank first. What? What do you mean? First? I lack what? Yeah, I'm confused. That's it. But look at the current size. I am bigger. I've got a bigger army than Pala, and look at their bloody manpower. Like Ming and France, they both have smaller armies than me. I have a bigger army than all of them. But either way, I need to make more money, which is my current issue. Because if I don't make the money, I'm gonna very quickly run out of certain things, and I'll end up dying effectively, if you do like. But apparently the tech just puts me on the next level up. And also, Pala has a really weak army for some reason. Maybe it's because of their recent war with Persia and such. Which didn't really... I don't think it resulted in any gains for any side. Ooh, wait, it looks like Pala did gain something. But it didn't. Looks like some of its vassals broke free, and Pala helped. I see. But, well, this is very interesting, and Yuan become Mongolia, okay? So now they're a Steppe-Khanate, and they're a Princedom Steppe. What is this? It's really weird, all this is. But, either way, I think I'm actively going to try to help here, to deal with some things, but I think I do need to gain more troops back. Quite a few, too, while at it, since... Put it this way. Egypt, I could easily handle, but Byzantium, due to their sheer numbers, would win. Now, if I gain a few bits of manpower here and there back, I should be okay. And for the time being, I'm going to focus entirely, and I mean this now, very, very deeply entirely on getting this here out of the way, the economic ideas. And the reason to get them out of the way is, first of all, Legacy of War will go away. I'll get Legacy of War, sorry. And secondly, inflation reduction, which I've already got. That'll be boosted that if I have to take loans, I'll have to pay less for them. Or pay less back to them, if you'd like. So, my concern is... Now, put it this way. With a base production below 10. So I could get more money out of this if I wanted. So I could put a little bit into this. Look at that. Monthly gold income plus 0.39. That makes a big difference already. And I'm going to put a bit into both of those. That has increased this already. It's helping me lose less money. So Fez is going to be a very good province for me. Now, another economic province that I think I'll focus on is Walba. Now, I could either gain that or lose that. I don't really mind. Now, Walba, I believe, isn't it one of these? No? Walba. It's down here then, I would assume. I literally do not know what that province is, or where it is. What do I mean, what it is? I read it right, didn't I? Walba? Walba. So Byzantium is piecing them out. I think I'm not sure if I want to really back out or not. Like, Byzantium isn't a threat to me as of the moment. Like, I've even got an arguably equal fleet to them, but they could have better ships. Now, where is Wildbow? Oh, this is what I missed it like 3 times. I am an absolute idiot then. But Wildbow just need to increase this. Silver. Like I fought to the end, so they shouldn't be angry at me. But that's a nasty peace deal. England is no look. What is this? What happened? Oh God. Oh God. Scotland and France are dividing England up in between them. Ooh. So yeah, my army is apparently equal-ish to the French army in its all, as well as the Byzantine army. 10% weaker, 3% stronger. Navies are an entirely different matter. Whew. Look at Castile just allying literally everything. I've already cut down the loss of cash by a lot. These are still allied with France and Castile too. But my main advantage right now is I have got considerable amounts of gems. And with a bit of Diplo here and there, it seems like I can turn a lot of stuff right around. I'll do that just because I can. Now, there's lots of things I have to really do. Now, this campaign's been made to grind to a pretty big halt, thanks to Castile's alliance with all this, as well as Lyon's. Now, Byzantium is just growing everywhere, and it's terrifying. To be honest, what I think I'll do next is I'll continue with this mod, once this Let's Play is finished of course, and what I'll do is I'll most likely focus on another area of the world with the regular bookmark. Perhaps make an Indian empire, because these are some of the biggest empires you can imagine. Like, by total army amount, Pala should technically be one of the biggest, if not the biggest, alongside Byzantium. Like, they've got plenty of power. But in actual total, I've got the biggest army. But then again, I am pushing myself to achieve such an army. So it's... Look, I'm making money again. Barely, but I'm making money. That's the war exhaustion going away. So I'll repel some of the policies. So the manpower modifier is going to be pretty intense, but I might drop it off once I'm nearing 30,000 manpower, which will be okay. Now, the biggest concern for me really would be going up against most of Western Europe, thanks to Castile's alliance network, which involves some of Northern Italy even. So this is the silver. That should give me a considerable income. To start to sneeze. Now, manpower reserves have to recover. I'll let that happen for once. Now, the main disadvantage I'm going to have is if Egypt does build itself back up, well, they're going to be roughly equal to me. The Byzantiums might lag behind due to well, they have a poor leader next as well. Now you're old. There's a decent threat that this guy is going to come to the front soon. Let's put it this way: Ali is not good. And also, I'm yet to suffer a humongous setback, really, apart from this here, which just stops further expansion. So, this is a... Should I go for the military idea and get discipline all this? Looks like a few nations are beginning to go into that, but I could quite easily get the discipline and get this as well, which would help in the long run. But I'm going to go for the tech. I think I'll have to go for the tech, really. So, we're at peace, let's go up to speed 4. Now, best thing is, I've got enough of an army to govern or police this nation, if you like. Even then, right, I have one here, one that covered to like Morocco and Algeria, one to cover Tunisia and modern day Libya, as well as some other stuff. Now, all of that adds up into one thing though. If I put the entire army against anyone, I can technically go up against anyone. Which makes me quite happy hearing that, because that is very good, going up against anyone we need to. But my manpower is nowhere near as impressive. Now, the first military tactics, you get a Tech 13. Well, I've got a bad military king, I'm keeping up in the tech. So, it seems I'm a tech ahead of a few nations. Who is at Tech 12? Because apparently I think I was getting a neighbour bonus? Scotland? Okay. Well, that's interesting. Your next king is terrible, which is a bit unlucky, isn't it? Brittany? Yeah, they're doing okay too. Maybe it's one of the... Brabant is doing good overall. Overall, the Holy Roman Empire region is real. Sicily, who's got the Bruce dynasty of... Well, that just doesn't seem like the right sort of name you'd expect, does it? And doesn't France have this? King Louis... Is that... I think King Louis the 12th Bruce. Louis Bruce the 12th. Okay. That's a brilliant name, isn't it? And then this is me with, like, Nasrid. Who else has the dynasty of Bruce? Sicily, Scotland, Leinster, and... that is just so out of place. But God, England has suffered hard. It has just been crushed. Now these guys have rivaled England. If England gets much weaker, they'll be forced to take them off the rival. And who would become their rival then? Lyon? If Lyon became their rival, I'd just be laughing my arse off, because then a potential war between France and Castile could happen, and I could either pounce on this, or this. And that's a win-win. And they can't rival me twice, can they? They probably rival out... No, they've already rivaled Aragon. God, this area is a little contested, isn't it? Now, I could always be an arsehole, and I could turn on Sicily and take their lower peninsula area here. But guess who has claims on that? Or cause, rather. Yeah, that would put me at a lot of risk. A lot of risk indeed. And getting rushed by Byzantium wouldn't be the most pleasant thing. Now, my main concern is, if I go for another Let's Play, say in India, in setting up in southern India, I am going to eventually have to fight the Europeans. And fighting Europeans is not an easy task, since Europeans tend to be a little bit more advanced than you, and they also tend to have more development if you're not big. I mean, look at the size of Pala. They've, I think, got equal development to... You know what, let's have a look at this. Country. By development, max manpower, who has... Pala just has a ridiculous amount. As does Byzantium. They both have nearly a tenth of... Well, they have over a tenth of a million each. What am I saying? Nearly 1/10 of a million, that's wrong. Mongolia has a pretty big amount as well. France as well, and me. Me and France are very strong, but development-wise, Pala is the highest in the world, but still their income isn't quite as high in some cases. Look at this. The next highest after Pala is Byzantium, and that is barely there's not much of a difference there. Ming, bigger difference, and then it's just a massive gap. These are the three big players. Ming basically usurped Yuan, which became Mongolia, which is very strong, and then there's just me and France, who are both pretty contested, if you'd like. Income-wise, I'm not doing too bad. I'm up there. But then you just look at who's above me. France is terrifying. But I do need this income. So, my concern right now is getting more money. To be honest, focusing it in fairs is probably a good idea. So I'm going to get all of that. And that will give me a very, very nice income for now. 2.7 ducats. I can grab even more advisors. But if I take you, say, see, they cost 2 ducats basically down for me, which does throw a little bit of a wrench in the works and slows me down, but gotta cope with it really. So for a while it's going to be mainly developing provinces. Tripoli I've just kept as whatever. Now you're still a highly aggressive king, but like all the kings I've looked at so far are very old. What's you? Look, most of them, if not all of them I've seen, are over 40. Nope, Castile. King Philip, whatever, blag. Then there's this you with a 65-year-old. Yeah, your kings are very old. Very, very old. The two ons are looking interesting. Perm has become this. And they actually... I think Perm is in a position to form Russia. Looks like Perm's main rivals. Yeah, it's Smolensk and Novgorod. These are the three big Russians. And there's easily the potential that eventually, when one of them emerges dominant, they're going to challenge some of the southern powers. Byzantium, Persia. Kiev is eventually going to end up getting crushed. Unless he keeps his alliance with Byzantium. God, what happened there? Another concern I do have, I have to be honest, is like this all over here, Castile, Leon. I wish I had it already, but I don't have it, which is makes me sad, makes me very sad. Person just messages me because reasons. And well, how do I put this? While back, it be increased one more. So I'm going to suffer a few diplomatic issues, but I'm going to get a lot more money. But this money is bringing with it a slight issue. Inflation is going to go up if I get things like that. So look at this. Inflation changes a bit a year. So that's going quite well. Now I don't need inflation control due to the thing I have. Now, shall I go for... Yeah, let's go with the production efficiency, because that just increases money making even more. So, that's helped. Oh, a guy died. Oh no. So I'm just going to take a morale of armies, dude. I've still got quite a decent income. But either way, reaching... Ooh, yay. I'm still going to expand the bureaucracy. Just keep on expanding it, see? Keep the nation very, very good. Now, just pause here. We're only around 10 years off the starting date of the regular game, and this is already a very different world. mainly due to the alternative start date, if you haven't guessed. But let's see. The government values is quite good. The governance is very good. And that means I'm doing okay. But either way, gonna end the episode here. We haven't really expanded. It's been a relatively peaceful episode, apart from seeing the Byzantium gobble up bits of Sicily. I will, and I mean this now, eventually just begin... I guess I'm gonna eventually have to wait till I can build yet another army and have even more manpower before I begin focusing on defeating this block of... Look at the... Let's show you this before ending. See all the blue? That I have to fight as well. France is the terrifying one, because steel will just add enough pressure to tip France's advantage. So far, the AI, it being AI doesn't matter. Even if I could trick it into fighting in mountains, I'd probably be at a disadvantage. My only noticeable advantage is I'll be ahead in tech for a little. Either way, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.